You do not need a tractor, you do not need 10 acres, and you definitely don't need $50,000 to start farming this year. I genuinely think a beginner could start a small backyard vegetable business and realistically make $1,000 in profit this year. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can do that from scratch. And if you haven't already, you should totally hit that subscribe button over here because I post new videos every week about how you can grow veggies and make money by selling them right from your backyard. I'm Zach Buchel, and I'm a year-round veggie farmer in Cody, Wyoming. We sell over $1,000 a week of vegetables through the winter and over $4,000 a week through the summer on this tiny half-acre plot of land. You can learn the same core skills it takes to earn $100,000 in veggie farming by starting in your backyard and earning just $1,000 in profit your first season. Here's how. You start with a space that's about 600 to 700 square feet, which is about what you see behind me. And you're gonna create 7 25-foot by 2.5 foot no-dig garden beds. Each one of these 4 no-dig garden beds behind me are exactly that dimension. I'd recommend starting with pathways that are 16 inches wide. That way you can fit all 7 beds under one wobbler sprinkler like the one you see behind me, and you can irrigate your entire mini farm by just flipping the lever of your faucet or your farm hydrant, whatever your irrigation source is. And in order to get the end result no-dig setup like you see right here, you're starting off by either tilling your land or broad forking it, and then you're gonna lay 2 layers of cardboard paper, or you can actually just get free cardboard from your recycling center. And then you're putting 6 inches of compost in your growing beds, which is the 25 by 2.5 foot space that you're growing in. And then you're doing 6 inches of wood chips in the pathways and your perimeters. So the end result should look pretty much like what you see here, only a little bit more dense. If you want a complete step-by-step PDF downloadable guide to set up a no-dig garden, grab my Backyard Farm Launchpad at the link in the description below. It'll walk you through how to buy your compost, where to buy it, how much to buy, how to map out your growing space. It'll also give you a high profit crop list, which is basically a list of all the crops we grow on my farm and the yields you're likely to get per square foot and how much revenue you're likely to make per square foot by growing them. And that brings me to the next part. So to make $1,000, you're gonna focus on growing only high profit crops. So you can't grow things like melons and green beans and stuff like that. You have to grow crops that have a really high yield per square foot and actually make money on a small scale. So we're talking crops like broccoli, which is what you see right here, carrots, turnips, cabbage, arugula, green onions, kale, parsley. Those are the kinds of crops that actually make money on this scale. And in order to make money, you do have to focus on those kinds of crops. They're also relatively easy to sell in most markets. They're crops that people are familiar with and they just make money. And again, if you want a complete list that you can read at your leisure, grab that Backyard Farm Launchpad below. It'll have a complete list for you that'll make the decision really easy for you in terms of picking what to plant. And then once your crops are grown and harvested and washed, you're gonna start selling them at a small farmer's market. So you're just gonna grab a 10 by 10 tent, a couple of 6-foot tables, maybe some wooden boxes if you're feeling really fancy, maybe a cash box, and start selling. And the key here is if you wanna build a long-term business that can scale much bigger than just $1,000 in profit, you need to focus on building relationships with every human being that walks into your booth. So you're saying, hi, hello, how are you? What is your story? You know, get to know people because each person you talk to now can turn into thousands of dollars in 5 to 10 years if you keep them coming to your booth and you wanna scale your farm to something a lot more bigger than just 600 square feet. These relationships are really gonna pay for themselves. They're also gonna lead to future markets you could possibly sell to, like veggie boxes, restaurant customers, food hubs. Almost all of my current customers have come from me just interacting with people at the farmer's market and getting to know them. So the key is relationships. All right, now let's break down what it's gonna cost you to set up this farm. So first thing you're gonna need is about 8 cubic yards of really high quality compost, like what you see behind me. And this particular compost costs about $60 a yard delivered. You might be able to get it cheaper in your area, but roughly you're looking at spending about $480 in compost to set this farm up. For tools, you're gonna need a wheelbarrow, you're gonna need a hoe of some kind. This is a stirrup hoe. You're gonna need a shovel. You're gonna need some kind of push seeder. This is a Jang. This is a really fancy push seeder. It's about $600 for the kit. You can get the Earthway seeder, which is about $150 for the kit, and it'll work just as good on this scale. You're also gonna need a water spray gun of some kind. You don't need anything quite this fancy, but you can get a cheap spray gun at your Ace Hardware or local hardware store to just wash your veggies and fill your totes with water so you can wash greens and stuff like that. And then you're gonna need a wobbler sprinkler. Just one will be enough to cover all 7 of those beds, and some kind of hose to connect it to the source of your water and the sprinkler. This particular sprinkler is from Neversink Farm Tools. You can Google their Aquifer sprinkler. It's a great product. It's what we use on our farm. It'll do a great job of irrigating all 7 of your beds. So the total for your tools and irrigation should be roughly $420. So in order to grow any kind of food, you need seeds. I like to buy my seeds from Johnny's because they sell bulk quantities, and in general, their seeds perform better than other seeds I've tried. You can buy from other companies for sure, but it's nice to have seeds in bulk quantities because you can save a lot of money instead of buying just a bunch of really small garden-sized seeds. So in order to buy enough seeds to plant that entire space, you're gonna need to spend roughly $80 to make that happen. You're also gonna need some really high quality potting soil to start seeds inside. So I like to use Mother Earth Terracraft potting soil. You could get this at Ace Hardware. It's got a lot of really good nutrition in there to get you really high quality starts. And then you're gonna need some plant trays. So you can get really cheap ones like this, and you're gonna look for 20 trays in 72 and 128 quantity, so you can start enough plants to actually be able to fill out that space. There's also much higher quality trays out there that are a little bit more expensive from Neversink Farm Tools. These are wind strip trays, and I really like these. This is what we use mostly on my farm because they never break. These will break after a couple years, but they've got all sorts of holes in them to air prune the roots and allow your plants to grow a lot faster. So you're gonna be looking to spend about 65 bucks in seed trays and potting soil for this small farm. Now, for that initial cardboard layer of this, I would recommend you get 2 rolls of this cardboard paper that you can get at Home Depot. It's about 13 bucks a piece, and I believe it's 400 feet in length and 3 feet wide. So that's plenty to do 2 layers for that entire space. The reason is this is a lot less time consuming than going to get cardboard and ripping off tape at your recycling center and getting enough cardboard to cover 600 square feet. It's a lot more work. It is totally an option. If you have the energy to do that, go for it. But for 26 bucks, I think it's kind of pocket change for a farm like this. So I'd recommend you get this. You're also gonna need a little bit of packaging to make all your veggies look nice. You don't need anything fancy when you're first starting out. You basically need some clear 10 by 20 inch bags like this and some rubber bands to bunch the bunchable crops, and that's about it. That's what I started with. You could get this either at Uline, or you could buy it at Walmart a lot of times online. If you Google Walmart 1020 plastic 6 mil bag or something like that, you'll find something like this. Buy 1,000 of them, should cost you about 75 bucks for a farm of this size. And you could also buy the rubber bands at Walmart too. You could buy big rubber bands, small rubber bands, it doesn't really matter. You're just gonna double it up if it's too big, and it's gonna bunch your veggies for you. You don't need to get too crazy with the rubber bands or the bags. Now, in order to sell at a farmer's market, you're gonna need a 10 by 10 tent, which is like what you see here, and a couple of 6-foot tables, and then you're gonna need to pay the fee to be able to be there, which in my area, it's about 150 bucks for basically 6 months of selling at the farmer's market. Hopefully it's close to that in your area. From what I've heard, in a lot of areas, it's about the same price. So you're looking at about 400 bucks in your market fee and setup costs for actual materials you're gonna need to be able to sell at the farmer's market. You're also gonna need some kind of grow light kit just like this, so you can start your seeds inside. Barina makes a great kit you can buy with 3 shelves and 3 sets of lights, and it should cost you about 180 bucks to start your seeds inside. So when you add all that up, you're spending about $1,760 to set up this backyard farm. Now that might sound like a lot of money just to make $1,000, but the key here is it's mostly a one-time investment. You're not spending all of that every single year, and hopefully you have some of this stuff lying around so you don't have to go buy everything. So your first year, you should make $1,000 in profit. Your second year, you're gonna make a lot more, and I'm about to explain how that works. Now, here's a rough breakdown of what the crops I mentioned will actually make you per square foot. So you're gonna plant that entire space in roughly 12-foot sections, which is about what you see here, and into each one of the high profit crops. So for example, radishes are going to yield you about 1.2 bunches per square foot, or they're gonna yield you 30 bunches in a 12-foot section. You could sell each bunch of radishes for about $3, and that brings in $90 in revenue for your business. For a 12-foot section of kale like this, you're looking at about 2 bunches per square foot, or 60 bunches per 12-foot section in your beds. So each bunch of kale is worth about $3. 60 times 3 is $180 in revenue for your business. Here's what a 12-foot section of arugula looks like. This is gonna yield you about 1/3 of a pound per square foot, or 9 pounds per 12-foot section. Should get you easily $10 a pound at a farmer's market. So 9 times 10 is $90 in revenue in about 30 days from seed to harvest. Now, the real trick to making this work is what I like to call the assembly line of food concept. So you're not just planting once in the spring, you're gonna continue planting the space all season long. So when those radishes are ready, you're gonna harvest them and replant to lettuce or something like that. Or when the arugula is done, you're gonna remove it and replant to fall kale or something like that. The idea is to keep an assembly line of food growing in all of your square footage. So you're not just growing one crop in a season, you're growing 2, maybe even 3, depending on how long your season is. Some crops will be in the ground much longer, like kale, to earn their money, but the goal is to keep the entire square footage completely planted with food at all times. And those 3 examples I went over are just 3 of the 20 different high profit crops. They're all gonna earn roughly the same amount of revenue. So if you keep all 7 of those beds completely planted with high profit crops throughout your entire season, you should average about $400 in revenue by the end of the season if you grow an average of 2 crops or 1 really long crop. So if you do the math, that's $2,800 in revenue for your business your first year. So that's where the $1,000 in profit comes from. So your profit the first year is $1,040. So that's where you get that profit. But the second year, you don't have to buy all that stuff you did the first year. You don't need to buy grow lights. You don't need to buy a shovel, a wheelbarrow, a seeder, an irrigation kit. You've got all that. So the second year, all you need to buy to maintain this business is enough compost to do a 1-inch application in the fall instead of 6 inches, and then seeds, and maybe if you're paying for water. So your cost to maintain this business the second year is only about $200. So now your profit just jumped from $1,040 to $2,600 your second year. So you see how if you keep this going, it's a lot more profitable than it looks like the first year. And obviously it's completely scalable if you want to go bigger. You're looking at a bigger version of what I'm talking about. I've got 20 no-dig beds in these 2 caterpillar tunnels, and we have 100 50-foot beds on my farm where we do this exact same concept, and that is what's gonna get us to $100,000 in revenue this year. So the skills of learning how to grow $100,000 can absolutely be learned on 600 square feet in your backyard, because this is what makes my business money. It's not fancy greenhouse tomatoes, fancy cucumbers. It's the rotation of continuous planting and have a constant flow of food. So is $1,000 or $2,600 enough money to quit your job? Probably not. But it's really easy to accomplish if you are still working a full-time job, because it should only take you 5, maybe 10 hours a week to actually accomplish this. And it proves to yourself that you have the skills to be able to scale into a 1/4 acre when you're ready to get bigger with farming. It doesn't take $100,000 in infrastructure to learn how to farm. It takes a blank canvas, succession planting, crop focus, and a really small farmer's market. That's all you need to learn the skills to earn $100,000 or more in farming long term. These are literally the core skills I use to earn $85,000 on a third of an acre, and this year we're shooting for $100,000 or more on a half an acre. So it's literally the same skill set we use on my farm to keep our business running. If you're serious about starting a profitable backyard farm like this, but the idea of doing it by yourself seems really overwhelming, I have a complete seed to sale course and mentoring program that'll walk you through the entire no-dig farm setup, succession crop planning, vertical growing with tomatoes and cucumbers, greenhouse growing, irrigation setup, plant propagation, sales and marketing, and everything you're going to need to either make that first $1,000 or your first $20,000. So if you're interested in that, you can apply for a strategy session with me at the link in the description below. Worst case scenario is we have a really nice conversation and I send you on your way with some free resources that are going to benefit you at whatever stage in the journey that you're at. If you want to see how this idea works on 3,200 square feet, watch this video where I show you how we transformed these 2 caterpillar tunnels from weed jungles into no-dig farms using the exact ideas I talked about in this video and how we're going to grow $20,000 in food in them by the end of this year. So if that sounds cool, click here and I'll see you on the other side.